Alright. This is it. Screw you guys. I want to do it. 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 Screw you. Screw you. Screw you. Screw you. I'm not going to walk slowly up for dramatic tension when I can leg it there. Alright. All the power cells are in place. Key in hand.
Moment of truth.
Let's unlock this door. It kind of wants to do it itself. Oh yeah. We're gonna have one more platforming section, or is it just like story exposition from here on out? Run! Run! Run, 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 run! Camera zooming out.
Yes. Come.
Okay, to what? Some sort of globe. Glowing ball thing.
Here. At last.
What's
You
up,
know
Juno?
our story now. Of how we tried. Of how we failed. All our hopes extinguished.
Okay, and?
Save one. Your touch. A spark. A spark to save the world.
Wait!
Whoa, Minerva!
Do not touch the pedestal.
Minerva?
You. But how? You left. You destroyed the device.
Did you think there was only one?
What the hell is going on here?
I have not a fucking clue.
You must not free her.
Free her.
Juno dwells within these walls, awaiting release.
Okay.
I will explain. While we worked to save the world, she sought instead to conquer it. She used our machines to set her plans in motion. Divination through numbers. There is a pattern to existence. To comprehend the calculations is to tame time.
Okay.
This was her focus. And so I built the eye to aid us. But she turned it towards her own ends. When we discovered her treachery, we put a stop to it. And then we left. But first we called to you, that you might try again. We thought it would be safe with her gone.
Which...
Now I see we were
Okay.
deceived.
I say that corroborates from Assassin's Creed
She
Brotherhood.
endured, and then
Tomb
she
Brotherhood.
began to work. For centuries, Tinia and I walked the world, hoping to rekindle the spark of civilization. We shared what we knew as best we could. We were not the only ones, but for all the power we wrought, still death would claim us. But before it did, I would have one last look to know if we had succeeded.
That's how you're here now?
I had hoped you might find this place and finish our work. But it is too late.
Okay.
You and the Templars have squabbled over our refuse. You have wasted centuries, and so you have lost your chance. You cannot hope to stop the end now, Desmond. Only to survive.
She's lying. Only touch the pedestal and the world will be saved.
Better the world burn than she be loosed upon it.
Is that so?
What
Show
the
him
fuck?
then.
But he will not understand. It is complicated. It is...
Show me.
I don't care if it's complicated. If I can't understand it, I can't understand it.
If you heed Minerva, the sun will have its way.
Okay.
The ground will crack and spit fire into the sky. All the world will burn. But this does not end the world, merely heralds its arrival. Darkness follows.
Okay.
Then you emerge, resolving to lay a foundation that such a tragedy does not befall the world again. You will become a symbol to those who survive. Hope, knowledge, determination. You will inspire them to rebuild, to thrive once more. And as the world heals,
Oh, Jesus,
so too
okay.
will humanity.
So is that some sort of
But
prophet?
you are just a man, frail and mortal. You pass from the world, leaving behind only a memory. A legacy. You will be remembered first as a hero, later as a legend, and in time, as a god. It is the cruelest fate to have written words that meant well, and see them made wicked and unwise. What was meant to encourage life, used instead to justify taking it. And so now you see that what was shall be again. So tell me, how is this better?
Weird. So if I let it have its way, I'll survive, and then everyone will just... the loop will continue.
Sacrifice you. Sacrifice the world. For no other reason than to deny me vindication.
They will enslave your kind, Desmond. Is this not why you fight? Is this not why you came here? To ensure more than just your race's future, but its freedom?
What future? What freedom?
Yeah.
Billions dead and the whole cycle begun anew? This world has known nothing but heartache and horror since we left it.
Our gift to them, and you'd see it all returned.
Enough!
You must not do this.
Whatever Juno's planning, however terrible it might seem today, we'll find a way to stop it. But the alternative, what you want, there's no hope there.
If you free her, you'll be destroyed.
If I don't free her, we'll be destroyed.
There will be no pain.
You mustn't.
It's done, Minerva. The decision's made.
Ooh.
Then the
Putting my foot down
consequences
against
of
these
this mistake
gods.
are yours to live and die with.
You need to go. All of you. Now. Get as far away from here as you can. Come with us. We'll find another way.
There is no other way, you
There
Q.
isn't time. Son. You know it's true. It's already started. I need to do this now. So go. Go!
So he's just going to sacrifice himself and save the world, but then Juno's going to come out and start, I don't know, waving her hand and evaporating people or something. I don't know. She said there'd be no pain, because he was screaming there.
It's some sort of global aurora borealis. Never seen anything like this before.
Because the sun's fucking with the magnetic field.
Storms and erratic displays of unusual weather. Residents are being asked to
that's it.
inside and wait for geological
Well.
surveys are now reporting seismic activity
Huh.
throughout the Ring of Fire. Northeastern Canada is said to be experiencing the largest.
I'll wait for all this little story thing to go by before we talk about that.
In intensity. Worldwide reports of blackouts and
So everything got really bad,
to be receding.
and then everything got better.
Seismic and volcanic activity is being reported, but nothing approaching earlier levels.
Would the magnetic field actually cause volcanoes to pop out in the earth and erupt? I don't think it would.
Full extent of the damage caused by today's event.
Well, maybe it would, I don't
But it
know.
appears the worst is behind us. We'll be sure to bring you more as this story develops.
It is done. The world is saved. You played your part well, Desmond. But now it's time that I played mine.
And did what exactly? What, right. That ending, right, you know how a lot of people say Mass Effect 3's ending was bad. And I actually thought it was actually good. I thought it was nice, especially now the extended cuts there adds a little bit more rounding out to it. Yeah, I accept that, but I thought the original ending was good. This was shite. In fact, I think the whole story of the game was pretty poor, and going into a review here, the story of the game, pretty poor. I'd say it's very poor. First of all, there's this Daniel Cross guy. Who the hell is he? He might be explaining something else in like a book or a novel or a side game or something, but surely you shouldn't just be throwing characters, introducing something that someone who plays the main game series might not know. So just throwing them in. I mean, Vidic, everyone knew. Vidic was a bad guy. You heard him talking about him. Yes, you knew he was a bad guy. but Daniel Cross, and then all of a sudden he just goes nuts and we kill him. Whatever. The present day stuff was done. Well, let's do Connor story. It was very confusing, in my opinion. Yes, the first 3 sequences where you're playing as Hatham and you're like, okay, you're an assassin and we wanna save these guys and stop this guy from destroying this village because it's got the precursor site under it. And then, oh, you're Templars, shock, horror. That was good. But then after that, it just felt a bit. It felt like you played the end of a game. Then it felt like you were then finally getting into the tutorial of the game, which is an odd way of doing it. And then after they taught you all that, it felt like you were just running around killing people but you didn't know whose side was good and whose side was bad. It was just complicated and a bit stupid in points and not really worth it, in my opinion. I think the whole story of this game in general, I mean, that ending there was terrible. That was terrible. That was abysmal. There was plot threads it didn't tie up. Suddenly starts throwing this shit about Juno being evil at us, and then she wanted to conquer the world and all this, and it's like, okay, that's the first we've heard of that. Why couldn't they just, and it is an idea, why couldn't they just say, you've saved the world and beaten the Templars? Well, you've saved the world, the Templars had no idea, and you just carry on fighting the Templars. Why? Whatever. Story gets like a 3 out of 10. 4 out of 10. 3 or 4 out of 10. Gameplay, I think it's safe to say I'm slightly getting bored of Assassin's Creed now. So what we're on technically it's the 3rd game in the main series, but the 5th game overall in the main series. With Ezio and all that. There's been like a Windows Phone game and a couple of DS games and a PSP game, but you know what I mean. It just feels a bit. They broke, for me, the main point of Assassin's Creed is the free running system, and they broke it. They adjusted it to make you run around trees, but I couldn't climb a building. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't. It didn't react. Just hold the way they've changed it to just holding right trigger, and then not pressing A to sort of get an extra sprint. It just changed it too much, and they've broken it. They've broken it. Collectibles are back. The area, the game looks good. The game looks beautiful. The areas didn't feel as tightly knitted. Again, point of Assassin's Creed, free running. You can climb buildings, you can jump across stuff. There's a lot of areas in this game. I mean, there's trees, yeah, but there's a lot of areas in this game that are just barren. The whole north side of New York is just a few houses here and there. There's no way you could run from one end to the other on top of houses. If there is, correct me. But as far as I'm concerned, there was no way you could get across that. There was massive open areas where there was no way you could run between them. The trees, you could see the lines built into the trees, but they weren't always built the way you thought they should be. You would have thought you'd be able to move. It's just no. Gameplay wise, it gets like a 6, 7. What else? It looks good. You can tell they're squeezing every bit out of the Xbox now, though. It's getting to that pinnacle point now where we need a new generation. I'm bored of this console. We need a new generation. The Wii U obviously is out at the end of the month. But I don't really think that's next gen enough. It's just the Wii going HD. I don't think it'll be able. The next Xbox and the PS3s will be more powerful than the Wii U. But we've heard nothing about them yet. So, right, this game, with all its faults, some very bad glitches in terms of like clipping and stuff getting stuck in the air and bad AI pathing. They broke the free running system. I think overall this game deserves a 6. 6 out of 10. I'm saying it's a 6 out of 10. 6, no. 7. A 7 out of 10. It's not abysmal. It's playable. It's enjoyable. The multiplayer is very good. Not a lot of people will obviously buy Assassin's Creed for the multiplayer. The multiplayer is a nice add-on that always works well. It's got a little backstory for Abstergo. I like the way they've gone. They've tried to do their own thing with the multiplayer, and it works well because of that. They haven't tried to copy other people. The multiplayer is very good. The story is poor. Very poor. The gameplay is alright, but they've broken some systems, added some neat stuff in, but broken some other things along the way by putting that stuff in. It's just above average. It looks good. It's not Game of the Year. It shouldn't be Game of the Year. It shouldn't be a game that's heralded as something that's amazing and out there brilliant. And I'm a fan of the series. I'm not like someone who hates the series. I thought Assassin's Creed 1 was alright for a bit boring after a bit. Got a bit samey. Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood are the pinnacle of the series. If you played them back to back as one long game, they are the best. They are Assassin's Creed at its finest. Revelations tried to add some new things, you know, tried out some stuff. Oh, the naval combat in this game was good. I enjoyed the naval combat in this game. That's another plus point. But Revelations tried to add some new things that they didn't run with in this. The city just didn't. It just didn't feel like an Assassin's Creed game should. And for that, it gets a 7. 6.5. It gets a 6.5. I can't decide in my head between them, so it gets a 6.5. Just above average. It's not cracking. I wouldn't recommend people go out and just buy it full purchase and just go, yay! I wouldn't. I'd wait until maybe it drops a bit. There is an anthology coming out at £120. Well, English pounds. I don't know how much it will be in dollars. Anthology, so it's Assassin's Creed 1, 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, and 3 with all the DLC. So I believe that means the season pass for Assassin's Creed 3. I'm not quite sure on that. For 120 quid, which isn't that bad when you consider that Assassin's Creed 3 now will be 35 quid. So let's say 30 minimum, so that's 90 quid. The 20 quid season passes on, that's 70. And then you're getting another 4 games for 70 quid. Assassin's Creed 1 you could probably buy for a £5 now. That's 65. 2 probably 15, that's 20. They're not worth 25 each. It may be a little bit over this. Adding the DLC, yeah, adding the DLC and it's worth it. I'd say 120 quid. If you haven't got any of the games and you've never played the series before, the 120 quid anthology is probably the best place to start and buy. It's well worth it, but I wouldn't recommend this game. I really wouldn't. If you wanted to see how the game ends, if you want to see how the story ends for Desmond, I'd recommend just watching it. Just going online and watching the final cutscene or some of the cutscenes, because to be fair, the game ain't cracking. The game is not. I mean, it's a sad day when I have to say that a game isn't amazing, and I recommend you just watch it online to get the. You shouldn't. A story that's been built up as big as this as it is, you shouldn't just have to go, meh. Don't play it. Just watch the cutscenes and get the little bit of story that's left in it out. Even though it doesn't make any sense, but yeah, that's the way it goes, I guess. They were all ending a trilogy off is always very hard. There's always going to be people that are disappointed, but I get the feeling with this, they just stuck their middle finger up you. They just didn't really. It just felt so segmented from the. You knew, because there was a whole point about what Templars putting a satellite into space with Pieces of Eden in. Where was that? Where did that go? Because I thought that had been the main. I thought the Templars would cause the end of the world by doing something. They didn't have a clue. They didn't know what were happening. Alright, they had no idea about these power sources or apples. They were just trying to get Desmond. It's like, but what? You're in control of this massive company and you can't see little things that are happening to make you think, something's happening with the world, let's team up. There's just so many missed opportunities. So many missed opportunities. It's heartbreaking, really. It's sad. Because I built this game up to be a lot more. I'm thinking it would be a lot amazing, and it's just not. It's just not. So these credits have been going on quite a while, but I thought I wanted to talk about that first. Is there any way I can skip these credits? No way to skip the credits. Not even to. Oh, does that speed them up slightly? There's no way to skip the credits, so I'll just let them roll, and we'll see if there's anything after it.